Wow. Ed is definitely putting Cyraxx on blast, people. I pretty much got the screenshots, though. I kind of screenshot and took a picture of it from my phone. They're not exactly in order. If you guys want to watch it and watch it in order, then go to somebody else's channel and find it. It's all on YouTube, the text. So I didn't exactly put it in order. But you can see right there how Ed is just basically putting Cyraxx on blast. Ed is basically talking to some female chick named Southern, I think. I can't remember the rest of her name, but I think she called herself Southern or Southern. Um, Ed is pretty much fed up with Cyraxx. He's pretty much fed up with him, though. I don't read through the whole text and everything like that. And you can say you can ask and tell me if you can. You know what I'm saying? She pretty much got a lot of answer out of Ed, though. Cyraxx seems like Ed is pretty much done had it with you, though. But Ed pretty much basically done said that, he doesn't really have nowhere to go. His daughter doesn't really get in contact with him like that. Ed said he can't even really see his granddaughter. Ed said he pretty much don't really want to he don't want Cyraxx near his granddaughter and his daughter. So Ed pretty much knows that Cyraxx is a pedophile. Ed pretty much said in the text that, every time he look at Cyraxx, he just want to punch him in the face. So, Ed is pretty much sick of it. Just like I've been saying in my videos. It ain't just me that's saying that, but a lot of people has been saying this for years. It's like, how in the world, Ed, that you just tolerate this stuff? Now, I've mentioned before in my old videos about this, I said Ed can probably move with a family, or maybe Ed's family don't really stay in contact with him. I did mention that, and Ed pretty much confessed in these texts right here that he doesn't really stay in contact with his family like that. So he really don't have nowhere to go. He has no choice but to sit there and tolerate Cyraxx's mess. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, Ed, you don't really have to put up with this, bro. You can just sign up for a senior citizen. And you're saying that your savings account is pretty much getting low and everything like that. You're saying that Cyraxx is getting worse. All that type of stuff, man. I mean, you guys see the text. Ed is definitely putting Cyraxx on blast, man. I mean, the man's tired of it, though. The man's tired of it. And then Ed mentioned in the text that Cyraxx said that he was going to kill Ed and Sally in their sleep. You know what, Cyraxx, man? You always get into it with elderly people. Y'all notice that, right? He always try to get into it with he always want to try to fight an elderly person. Like, you know what I'm saying? He try to fight Mr. Gordon. He try to fight Sally and Ed and them. Like, I noticed that this dude be trying to fight old people, though, man. And look, when you fight somebody that's somewhere around your age range, Cyraxx, and when they dominate you, like for an example, when Marty beat you down, you sat there and cried like a little baby. Cyraxx knows who to jump at. He knows who not to jump at. Cyraxx knows who to fight. He knows who not to fight. But Ed's pretty much in a very bad situation, though, man. Ed pretty much done had it with Cyraxx. Cyraxx leaving cans in his room and poking beans and all that type of stuff. Saying that the dog got sick, eating all that maggot. What Ed said in the text that it be maggots in Cyraxx's room. Hey, we believe that, Ed. We know you're not lying. We've seen big cockroaches in Cyraxx's room. Cyraxx be leaving food on the table. I remember it was a big ass. I remember Cyraxx was doing a video and a big ass cockroach got right on his food and shit. He didn't even really see it. So yeah, we know that room's infested with insects. Cyraxx is dirty. He's dirty. If I was Ed, I wouldn't even want to go in that room though. But yeah, Ed said that the dog got sick because he had some of that old leftover food in Cyraxx's room. So they're trying to keep the dog away from Cyraxx. I mean, honestly, Cyraxx, this is embarrassing. Your own stepdad can't tolerate you, man. He can't stand you. And he already done said in that text though that you ain't coming with him. If Sally was to kick the bucket tomorrow, he already done said it. He ain't gonna deal with you. So you on your own, bro. You on your own. And Ed is saying that Sally just want Sally ain't gonna do nothing because she just wants what's best for Cyraxx. Cyraxx is not trying to get himself together, Sally. You see that. You just being undeniable about things. But you're gonna continue to go through this headache, Sally. You're gonna continue to keep going through this headache until you do what's right. But hey, if you want to keep putting up with the little goblin in your house and having random people destroy your vehicle and steal, hey, that's on you. That's on you, Sally. I don't know how much I don't know how much more she can take. I honestly don't know how much more Sally can take, especially someone that age. Someone at the age of 70 and in their 60s, man, ain't no way they gonna keep putting up with this nonsense. Ain't no damn way. But, Sally, she encouraged this stuff. She definitely encouraged it. Ed also mentioned in the text that Cyraxx won't go out and work. Like, if he does go out the house, he'll stay out for about an hour and then want to go back home. Like, he doesn't really want to go out and collect cans and that type of stuff. And that's the easiest work to do, is collect cans. You don't even want to do that, Cyraxx. God, you lazy, man. And then Ed said something in the text that Cyraxx be urinating in the bathroom. Like, saying he urinate all over the toilet. All in the bathroom. Don't even clean up behind himself. Like, Lord have mercy, man. Like, Ed is really putting it out there. Ed also mentioned that he believes Cyraxx is going through his painkillers. So that probably explains why Cyraxx be looking like he's high, like he's on drugs. Because y'all notice when he be in those videos, he be closing his eyes and he be talking, everything like that. So that explains, though, that Cyraxx is going there stealing Ed's medicine, his pain medicine. And Cyraxx used it to mix it in his coffee. So that explains why Cyraxx be closing his eyes in his videos, talking, all that stuff like that. Because they ain't no telling what Cyraxx do with that man's medicine. Cyraxx probably looked up on Google and he looked at the name of the medicine and he probably Googled it on his phone and said, can you mix it with coffee or whatever like that. That's probably what it is, though. So Cyraxx basically stealing Ed's medicine to relieve the pain. Like, we knew Cyraxx was on drugs. We could just look at him and tell. Like when he be on those videos, because we be like, he don't leave the house, so there's no way he can be going out buying drugs. So now it all makes sense. Now he's going in Ed's medicine. He's using Ed's medicine for drugs and everything like that. That's what he's doing. Shaking my head, boy. I know Ed, I don't know, man. That text done got out there now about Cyraxx, though, and Cyraxx saw it. So Cyraxx and Ed probably threw blows now. Sally probably might kick Ed out. I'm surprised she ain't kicked him out yet. I'm surprised Sally hasn't kicked Ed out yet, because now that text is all over social media now. If I was Ed, I wouldn't even said nothing, especially if you ain't got nowhere to go. Why would you like, I understand Cyraxx tick you off, but you talking like, man, I ain't got nowhere to go and this and that. Like, why would you talk to somebody that you don't even know, man? Like, good God, Ed. I know you're an older man, but good Lord, man. You starting to be just as dumb as Cyraxx. Why are you talking to someone that you don't even know? And these people, nothing, man. I'm just leave that part alone. Good Lord, boy. Thought you was smarter than that, Ed. I ain't saying you're wrong for what you said about Cyraxx, because I don't blame you for saying what you said. So Ed is pretty much trapped people. He's trapped, which I don't feel sorry for Ed. I mean, it's not our problem. But I can just only imagine what that man's going through, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Saying Cyraxx done gotten worse, raising hell in the house and everything like that. I don't know, Ed. I think Ed's like 60, probably about 60 or 70 years old. I'll tell you one damn thing. I said it once and I say it again. If I was a 60 or 70 something year old man and there's a 35-year-old goblin in my house, stepson, and he think he gonna step to me, or I'll definitely get a gun and shoot him. I like, boy, get out of my face, boy, before I send you to heaven or send you to hell or wherever you go when you die. If I was Ed, I wouldn't even try to fight Cyraxx. I honestly would. And Ed said he's got a gun. He said he's got a gun in there. He said he's got a gun. I don't know what kind of gun they got, but if I was Ed, I'd be holding that gun on me. Especially when Cyraxx trying to get in your face. Come on now, 60 or 70 something year old man fighting a 35-year-old man? Hell no, man. If I was 60 or 70 something years old, you think I'm gonna be trying to fight you think I'm gonna, especially if my health is bad like Ed, and I'm 60 or 70 something years old, you think I'm gonna fight a 35-year-old man? Hell no. Hell no. I would have deleted Cyraxx right there and then if he tried to step to me. Screw that. I'd have told Cyraxx straight up, you might not respect me, but I promise you, you're going to respect that gun. You're going to respect that gun. I promise you that, Cyraxx. You will respect that gun. And that's what you need to start doing, Ed, if you ain't done it already. Pull that gun out on his ass and let Cyraxx know. You might not respect me, but you will respect this gun. And if you don't want to respect this gun, then you're going to get deleted. You're going to get deleted, and I'll tell the police. If I was a 60 or 70 something year old man and I actually shoot Cyraxx and kill him, my defense would be that this man is disrespectful. He got in my face, and the proof is in the videos. Although Sally is going to be crying her eyes out saying, you a murderer. You killed my son. You a murderer, Ed. You a murderer. But Ed's got an advantage, though. He's got an advantage. Because if Ed actually decide to shoot Cyraxx, whether Cyraxx die or not, Ed probably won't get no time for that. He probably won't serve no time in jail for that because Ed can just sit there and tell the judges and prosecutors to look at all those freaking videos to see how aggressive Cyraxx is in those videos. And when the judges and prosecutors look at those video footage of Cyraxx flashing his penis, yelling at Sally, yelling at Ed, being very disrespectful, Ed probably might beat the case. He probably might beat it. He might just beat the case. Judges and prosecutors might let him walk free from this. Because I told him, I'd have been like, look, Your Honor, I'm like a 60 or 70 something year old man. This little goblin named Cyraxx tried to step to me and get in my face, so I had to do what I had to do to protect myself. I'm not going to sit here and fight a 35-year-old man. Like, I had to do what I had to do to put him down. He didn't respect me. He's disrespectful. He disrespect his grandmother. He disrespect me. He hard-headed. He don't listen, so I had to put him down. So, Ed probably might be able to beat the case. But it just depends on Sally, though, because, Sally probably going to go against Ed and be like, nah, you was the aggressor, Ed. You a murderer. You murdered my goblin. You murdered my goblin son. No, Judge, give him the death penalty. I guarantee you, if Ed was to shoot and delete Cyraxx off this planet, I guarantee you Sally's gonna testify against Ed. I guarantee it. Even though Cyraxx was the aggressor, Sally's gonna testify against Ed. I know she is. She'll testify against this man. Lying her ass off saying that Ed was the aggressor when he really wasn't. It was Cyraxx that's being aggressor, being disrespectful to his step pops. If I was Ed, I'd tell Cyraxx straight up, you ain't gotta like me, but you will respect me. And if you don't respect me, you're gonna respect this gun. If you ever think about getting in my face. So, it is what it is, man. I don't know why Ed don't sign up for a senior citizen home. Like Ed, you've been going through this for how long? For 7 to 8 years with Cyraxx, this drama. Why haven't you signed up for a senior citizen? I'm talking about way before. I don't know how much money you had in your savings account because you say your savings account is going low now. But I don't understand why you didn't move out and move into a senior citizen place. You could have been qualified to go to a senior citizen by now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would have did if I was a 60 or 70-some-year-old man and I'm living with somebody like Sally and she got a 35-year-old goblin son like Cyraxx making a lot of noise, raising hell, and I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm gonna be looking through the freaking phone books or be looking through the freaking internet trying to find a senior citizen place and say, I'm moving out of here, Sally. Sally, you deal with this goblin. I'm not gonna deal with him. Don't even call my phone asking me to help you and talk to him, none of that. He ain't gonna listen to me. He ain't gonna listen to you. You deal with him. But yeah, we know Ed is sick of Cyraxx, man. We know that, people. We absolutely knows that. But it is what it is, though, people. I don't know. One of these days, we're probably gonna hear we're gonna hear the breaking news that either Cyraxx is gonna do something to Ed and end up going to jail, or Ed's gonna end up doing something to Cyraxx and he's gonna end up going to jail, or it's probably gonna be the other way around. Cyraxx probably be looking like the one that'll do harm to Sally and Ed, and then he be the one going to jail. I got a feeling we might hear I got a feeling that something like that's probably going to go down since Ed just admitted in the text that Cyraxx threatened to kill them in their sleep. So you know Sally and Ed probably have to keep their bedroom door locked now. I know I would. If I was Ed, especially if my stepson sat there and threatened to kill me. Not only that I would lock my bedroom door, but I also would have the pistol on me too, right beside my damn bed, right beside my bed, in case if he does decide to come in. Because if I see him in my room, you dead. I'll let him know straight up. You come in my room, you want to, you dead. You dead, buddy. I wouldn't tell him I got the gun on me. I wouldn't tell him that, but I would just let him know. Come in this room you want to when I'm asleep and see what happens. You're gonna be seeing heaven really soon, there, Goblin. If that's where you go when you pass. But yeah, people, this is funny right here, man. How Ed is just laying it out there on Cyraxx, man. You see how Ed feels, man. Like your own stepdad is putting you on blast, Cyraxx. It don't get any embarrassing than that. It really don't. I mean, it's embarrassing. It really is. And I'm pretty sure Cyraxx already don't saw it. Cyraxx don't ran and Sally, man. Look what Ed said. And then Sally probably went in there saying, what the hell are you doing? Talking bad about Chance and this and that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ed said, well, you know what I'm saying? Look at the fucker. He's disrespectful. He disrespect me. He disrespect you. Wake up, Sally. Why you keep tolerating this little effer? This little mother effer. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised Sally ain't put him out yet. Sally just too forgiving, boy. Way too forgiving. Some things can be forgiven, but in this case about Cyraxx, it's unforgivable. It's just that Sally just way too forgiving, and everything. Sometimes you just gotta say F it, Sally. You gotta say F it all. But it is what it is, people. That's all I wanted to say. I'm getting ready to go to bed now, so I can go ahead and go to work tomorrow. But this is funny right here, reading this text though. What you gonna say next, Cyraxx? You gonna respond to this, Cyraxx, about Ed? Anyway, that's all I want to say, y'all. Peace.